In this lesson, our purpose is to just paint to relax. That's all we're trying to do here. So we're just getting colors that we love, we're putting them on the page, on the paper, on the canvas, and watching the colors mix, and just to do forms and colors that are inspiring so that we can relax. One of the reasons why I teach abstract painting is because we are in a culture now all over the world where we're just bombarded with devices and phones and noise and billboards. It's just overwhelming. Painting is a great way to disconnect from all of that and to just be in your creative spirit, to relax. And not just that, I know how I feel after I paint and when I'm not worrying about my product as much as my process. But studies show that after just 20 minutes of painting, they have found cortisol levels to drop. That's huge. So our goal here is to paint, have fun, to relax, and do whatever comes up. Your painting might be beautiful and you might want to throw it away, and it doesn't matter. This lesson is about the process of painting. It's not about the product. I'm going to be speaking a bit and giving you guys some very light instruction and some motivational words, but feel free to mute me out and just put relaxing music on. So let's go ahead and get painting. We're going to start this relaxing painting. I'm using Canson watercolor paper and XL 11 by 15, 140 pound. I am not gessoing it because I'm being lazy. And if you make a masterpiece, you can always mat it and frame it. And so I don't worry too much about the buckling. That is sure to happen. So we're going to do a couple things to start off with. One is I want you to get a pencil and just make some really fun shapes. Big shapes, doodles. You could just take a line and let it sort of move on your paper. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just whatever it is that you feel like doing. You can also call this taking a line for a walk. See, I'm not taking my pencil off the paper, it's just this continuous line. Whatever you end up doing, whatever you feel like doing, is totally okay. Okay, so once you get some kind of little drawing on, then you're going to get your paintbrush, and I want you to have a watery paint mix. I'm going to use this red purple color because it's the thinnest I have on the palette here, and I want you to splatter. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more water and go a little further away. I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Okay, so now we have our splattering. And so now we have a little bit of a structure. We have these fun lines and we also have these splatters. So I want you to get any color. I'm going to start, for no particular reason, this light green. I just love that color and I think it's going to look really nice against this pink. And now you don't have to splatter if you don't want to, because what I'm about to do is going to mix in with the pink a little bit, the purple red here, but I don't mind that. I'm okay with that. So then you're going to just go and maybe you're going to fill in every other shape, or maybe some shapes and not others. Maybe you're going to fill all of them in. I actually really like that color that it made, mixing the two together. Now, if you want things not to mix, then you just want to give this a quick blow dry. And you want to be careful where it's really watery, because you will push the watery paint out and it'll move. But if you take just a good old hair dryer and go low and go pretty high up, you won't move some of those marks. But you do not need to dry, nor do you need to do the splatters. All you need to do is whatever feels really good and whatever you have fun doing. And so we're just really mindlessly coloring in shapes. Like, that's our job. We're just supposed to be coloring in shapes here. We don't care so much where they are, where they're not. We're just intuitively popping into a shape, coloring it, moving on, not overworking anything too much. You can also go outside the lines. You can make new shapes. Whatever you want. There's no right answer. You're the only one who has the answer because you're the one who is painting, you're feeling it out, you're knowing what colors you like and what marks you like to make, and you're just going with that. You're trusting yourself. I'm going to get into a different color, and I'm going to start now filling in the attempt to cover all the white space eventually. Notice how when your brush passes into paint that's wet, that you get this beautiful blend, this beautiful streakiness that happens organically and naturally. It's okay also to, as I'm doing here, I am coloring in like a lot of the shapes all at once, making this fun little design. But try not to be too perfect about anything. You're really just here to have fun, to paint, to watch the colors do amazing things, to watch the colors blend with each other. Now maybe let's have fun and we'll do some more of this pink red color. And this has a bit of water in it, and let's do some areas that are a little bit more watery and that bleed into the other colors. This is a Golden's Quin Violet, it's one of my very favorite colors. This is a fluid acrylic, so it's in its nature it's looser. It's not like your heavy body, which are thicker paints. So these are really good if you want to do some like watery areas like we're doing here. But adding water obviously also can be done if you have a heavy body or soft body paint. I like how what happened there when I overlapped it, and that was dry, so that was pretty cool. Let's try to do something. And so look for those moments. Oh, did you see that? Wow, that was really cool, the way it separated. So look for these moments where you can have some really beautiful little things that inspire you. This is a very nice earthy color here. Earthy colors are very soothing. They remind us of nature, being outside, playing in the dirt. I just dipped my brush in water here, and I'm going to do this last part kind of watery and let that blend into what's going on there. And I'm dipping my brush again without putting more paint on, and I'm going to do that again and get what's called a wash. I'm going to dip my brush again and sort of just maybe fill in this shape. And if there's something that you don't love, you can always get a wet rag and wipe it back as long as the paint is still wet. And let's get into this green color. And let's just put it here. Go along that edge so they start to bleed a little bit together. And experiment with your brush. Use the very tip of your brush, use the wide part, use the tip again, do some dots with your brush.